Hi, my name is Mary Martin, and I'm the president of Performance Strategies Group, better known to many people as PSG. We also like to think of our organization as People Serving God, because we relish working with organizations that I can help share the leadership principles, but from a biblical perspective. And so today, my Bible passage I want to focus on is Colossians 4, verse 6. And what it really says is, let your conversations be seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Why is that so important to me? Well, if you caught the video from last week, I work with a tool called the Colby Index, and it's a tool that creates greater self-awareness for individuals as well as for teams. Why is it so special? Because it helps us understand how each of us needs, in many cases, to communicate. So at the crux of Colossians 4:6 is really, if I know more about how you work and you know more about how I work, we then can create communication that really boosts and lifts others up. With our ability to communicate more effectively, we're going to accelerate the way in which we talk with each other and accomplish that all-important collaboration that we know is so important inside of our work teams today. Our company is really here to help create healthy teams where members can play to their strengths, we can capitalize on people's differences, and then we can put our combined energies together to create outstanding results in a less stressful environment. A few years ago, actually 2015, Google took on a big research project on teams to really look at what makes teams successful, what makes teams function well. And what they found at the end of all of that research, they worked with 150 teams. They called it Project Aristotle. And what they found is that strong teams encourage open communication. So this is why knowing yourself, this is why having a language that makes common sense around how you work will help us then, in many cases, debug our interactions. Last week, I introduced 4 ways in which we instinctively operate. A Factfinder individual is going to need more information and more background and more details. So in a meeting, it would be really helpful to be able to share what you're going to talk about in advance. So they have time to think about it. They have time to study it. They have time to review it. They have time to read through it and come prepared. And then these ways, you can actually use your time together to collaborate and solve problems. Otherwise, there may be another meeting. I talked about the second instinct, which is follow through. These are people that create a great talent for coordinating and organizing and really helping us with logistics. Their communication style is, help me to understand the finish line. So when we come together to work on a project, we need to make sure, if we have this talent around the table, that we know what things are going to look like when it's finished. And we're able to help them understand the scope of the project. The third instinct, we call it quick start, but these again are people who are focused on the future, focused on opportunities. What they need to know is, what's it going to look like out in the next realm? They want to be always focusing on potential. Communicating with them is all about what's the potential of things. Let's sit down and brainstorm. Let's think about the future. And when we share deadlines with them, that really helps them to engage and really begin to think about what's up here and making it concrete. And then the last instinct, we call this the implementer. And these are the people that are more craftsmen and mechanical team members. These are people who really need to see things in props and models. They really need to understand, what's the finished product going to look like. If it's just abstract and intangible, they're not going to be engaged. So this is a way that you can help your teams grow and develop well by thriving. And when we have teams that encourage open communication and we understand these interactions that we have with each other, we're going to prosper and we're going to flourish. Our website is www.psgteam.com if you want to learn more. Thank you.